heard things about you and your husband, but I assure you, we have everything under control.
The MCU films blend different genre like sci-fi or heist thriller into comic book films, and WandaVision takes that to another level. Is this the culmination of that genre blending, or can you push it even farther?
I think this is clearly the most overt version of that, both stylistically and as the series continues to be revealed, part of the story as well. But it is, I think, just representative of how we do like to play with genres and how we do believe these stories and these characters can go to places people wouldn't initially think of. And we will always try to do that.
Once I learned what they were doing with the show and how they were trying to explore all of these different characters and get deeper understandings of them all, I was really, really excited and very excited by the structure of it, paying homage to American television through sitcom over the decades, mixed with the big epic Marvel world of it all. That was even more exciting for me.
MCU aside, I couldn't even believe what they were pitching me in that room. Like, I was like, wait, how? Like, I couldn't believe what this show was setting out to try to achieve.
So what's a single girl like you doing rattling around this big house?
You and Kevin Feige, you made it clear that WandaVision lovingly incorporates the style of sitcoms, but it's not a parody. How'd you balance that tone within this MCU machine without ever dipping into parody?
It was really important for us not to be perceived as a parody or a spoof. This is the reality of that episode. The reality for Wanda and Vision is that world that we're creating, whether it's 50s, 60s, or 70s, and beyond. So we approached it with authenticity and love, as you said. We wanted to make sure that we got all of the details right about production design, costume design, the way they filmed it. If they filmed it in front of a live studio audience, we wanted to do that also, and so we did. And then the actors were great students, along with me, of studying how comedy changes over time. Things that were funny in the 50s, maybe not the same in the 60s or the 70s. Styles change, physical comedy changes, performance, what is considered naturalistic changes, how you talk, how you sit, all of that stuff. And so we did as deep a dive as we possibly could to make sure that we were capturing the spirit and the essence of that time as well as we could. I wish I had on a recording for like my phone ringtone, but Lizzie, before we would do any take in the sort of 50s and 60s, would do this little vocal exercise to get her voice into the right sort of thing, and we'd be like, me, my. And it made me laugh so much every time. I love it. I wish I had it as my ringtone.
Gee, heavens no. I've been so looking forward to it.
We're such cynics now, and we're so cynical when it comes to comedy can be so cynical. And it's very easy not to want to wink, nudge something, or get outside of it and make fun of it, or just, and to really like stay the line and get inside of it and work on the inside of it and live in that earnestness, like really truly just be earnest, is really difficult.
It all comes from a deep respect and deep love of that type of storytelling in sitcoms. Would be very easy to parody, would be very easy to make fun of dated wardrobe or hairstyles or techniques, but that's not what the intention was. The intention was to talk about its psychological effects on the audience and what it means to people, and it was finding people like Jack Schaefer, who really shared that vision, and director Matt Shakman, who really crosses both the worlds of big, giant, epic, blockbuster storytelling like in Game of Thrones, and his past as a child actor on sitcoms in the 80s.
What is the pressure like for you for this to be the first MCU series out of the gate? Is there any part of you that wishes The Falcon and the Winter Soldier went first?
No, I mean, I'm honored that we're first out of the gate, and in a way it feels fitting because this is a giant love letter to the history of television. So what better way for the maker of the biggest blockbusters to come to streaming than with a show that is such a love letter?